thought your vote mattered? Haha, you thought the news was there to inform you? You thought you were the one in control? But what if it's all just a set, a stage play, designed to make you believe you have a say? Reality isn't what you see. Reality is what they want you to believe. While you argue over politics, they've already written the script. They don't run for office. They decide who wins. They don't write the news. They own the ones who do. And they never show their faces because it's easier to control you that way. This isn't a conspiracy. This is your world. The world doesn't work the way they taught you in school. It's not elections that decide its course, not political parties, not the will of the people, not chance. It's a theater, a carefully choreographed performance. And behind the curtains, they stand. Those who don't need to win votes, because they already own everything. The richest don't control what you see. They control what you believe. They don't write the headlines, but they own those who do. They don't ask the questions, but they decide which ones never get asked. While you're arguing about elections, they're already meeting with every key player from the next term, on both sides. While you're loyal to a political party, they only ask one thing: who will be useful to us? And most importantly, they stay invisible, because that's the plan. You won't see their names on billboards. You don't follow their thoughts on X. And they never face the consequences of what they set in motion. They're not the rulers of the world. They just decide who gets to believe they are. Most people believe that power is a person, a prime minister, a president, a famous entrepreneur. But true power isn't tied to individuals. It's tied to structures, to positions, and to chairs that are never up for election. A board seat, the head of a foundation, a silent member of an advisory council. These roles aren't voted on. They don't campaign. They don't appear in the headlines. Yet they are the ones shaping the direction of the world. The billionaire puppeteers don't sit in government. They sit behind it. They don't write the laws. They shape them, long before you've ever heard of them. They don't press the buttons in parliament. They design the entire console. And the greatest trick? They don't need to occupy every position. Only the strategic ones. Like a game of chess, it's not about how many pieces are on the board, but who controls the critical squares. This is embedded power. This is silent dominance. And by the time you notice them, they've already been pulling your strings. Power doesn't shout anymore. It whispers. It doesn't command. It suggests. It doesn't rule. It gently moves, like a conductor with his baton. And while everyone's watching the governments, the news, or the markets, behind the curtain, someone already decided what's going to happen. For example, a neutral report is published, claiming the real estate market is stable, but the sponsor is preparing for a massive sell-off. You're still buying. They've already cashed out. A country introduces a new healthcare regulation, pushed by a foundation that just happens to own 80% of the market. The law doesn't protect the people, it protects the investment. A social media platform starts banning one topic and boosting another. It's not political neutrality, it's narrative shaping. Trends aren't born organically, they're herded by algorithms. This is modern influence, not brute force but invisible control. And most people don't even realize they're part of the game. What does money mean to you? Something you earn through hard work? Something you save, ration, or spend with caution? For the average person, money is a limit, something there's never enough of, something you must adjust to, something that dictates your life. But for the elite, money doesn't work that way. To them, money isn't a limit, it's a pass beyond limits, not a rule, but an exception. In your world, money controls you. In theirs, it sets them free. Let's look at a few examples. You apply for a loan to buy an apartment. They create a holding company and buy the entire street, then rent it out to you. You pay, they profit. You pay your taxes, They start a foundation and donate tax-free while building PR and social capital. You wait in line at the bank for approval to open a business account. They launch companies in 3 countries before you finish your coffee. For you, administration is a hassle. For them, it's a tool to hide the trail, completely legally. In their world, money isn't a goal, and it's no longer just a medium of exchange. It's a license to access privilege, a license to unlock relationships, a license not to follow the rules, but to write them. And is it unfair? That's not the point, because the world isn't fair. It's organized. When you think someone rules the world, in reality, a whole system operates in the background. Not a face, not a name, but a chain, where everyone is just one link, yet together they're untouchable. The economic elite isn't one big boss. It's a network of interconnected interests across dozens of levels and sectors. Lawyers who find the loopholes, financial advisors who restructure the wealth, PR experts who rebuild reputations, politicians who pass friendly laws, lawmakers who write them to benefit only them. This isn't a pyramid with someone at the top. It's an ecosystem, self-sustaining, self-protecting, and opaque. A system too complex for the average person to grasp. It's not a throne, it's a web. If one thread snaps, the rest hold. If one company falls, the others pull it back up. If a scandal erupts, the rest bury it. If authorities investigate, the documents are already elsewhere. Another country, another language, another regulation. That's why you can't just go after the rich, because they're not in one place. They're everywhere and nowhere at the same time. That's real power, not the kind you can see, but the kind you can never touch. You learn from the news. They know what's coming before it happens. In fact, they write the script. While you sit down at night to see what happened in the world today, the real decisions were made days or even weeks earlier, behind closed doors, at private meetings, in law firms, in banker clubs, on levels you'll never access. The news you see doesn't inform you, it reassures you. It explains why something happened, but never tells you who decided it should. The news doesn't show reality, only what's meant to look like it. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's just how things work. For example, when a new law is passed, it was already shaped by lobbyists long before any politician saw it. When a global financial crisis breaks out, it's a calculated loss for some and a massive profit for others. Decision-making has left the public arena. Parliaments and Congresses just stamp what's already been agreed. The real game happens on other levels, and you only receive the final outcome, which you accept because you've been told that's how the world works. But it doesn't. The world doesn't work the way they teach it. It works the way they need it to. What is democracy? You have the right to vote, the right to post, the right to protest, to speak your mind. But all of this only works as long as you don't go too deep, as long as you don't touch the foundations, as long as you don't try to change what they've already cemented in. Democracy, the great illusion factory. You think you have a choice, but in truth, you're given options, pre-selected for you. Think about it. What happens when none of the candidates represent your interests? Nothing. You're told to vote anyway, because it still counts. But the logic of power never changes. Only the colors do. New faces appear on the screen, but the script stays the same. Your freedom ends when you become a threat to the system. That's the key. Look what happens. If you loudly criticize a decision made by higher powers, you get censored, banned, demonized in the media. If you try to introduce an alternative financial model, the tax authorities come knocking. If you build a community that grows too fast, outside politics, regulations suddenly appear, tailored just for you. If too many people start listening to you, the character assassination begins. You're drained, isolated, erased. The system's reflex, legal suppression. This isn't a dictatorship, it's rule of law, on paper. But the law isn't written by the people. It's shaped by those with wealth and influence. And what does the majority do? Accept it. Shrug. Believe, this is just part of democracy. You're not only restricted physically, you're limited mentally too. The media, education, and social platforms, they all frame what you're allowed to think, what you can say, what questions you're even allowed to ask. Free speech only exists as long as you don't question the structure you're trapped in. In the world of the privileged, there are no such limits. The elite don't wait for permission. They don't beg for attention. They don't ask, they command. They don't vote. They fund the ones you're allowed to vote for. And what do you get in return? One voting day every 4 years, a logo to identify with, a campaign to make you believe you matter. This democracy was never built for you. It's just designed so well you think you're part of it. Democracy isn't freedom. It's a framework drawn around you by someone else. You think you see the world, but all you see is the surface. You scroll, you read, you learn, you argue, and you believe you're making your own decisions. But what you're actually getting is a pre-written script. Programming didn't start with machines. It started with you. It's not AI you should fear, but what's been programmed into you since childhood. School taught you to answer, not to question. Religion taught you to obey, not to think. Society taught you to fit in, not to stand out. Culture taught you to consume, not to understand. And now, AI teaches you how to not even realize you're being manipulated. Your opinion isn't yours, it just feels like it. Social media algorithms don't inform you. They filter, dose, and direct you. You don't see what exists, you see what you must see for the system to stay intact. If you're always kept busy, you never ask, who's pulling the strings in the background? The real danger isn't the lie, it's the half-truth. The world isn't run on lies, it's run on partial truths. Because if it's just slightly distorted, you'll believe it anyway. The media tells you what happened, but not why. The economy teaches you to make money, but not how to make decisions. Education prepares you for work, but not for life. The self-help culture whispers, you're in control, while algorithms monitor the exact moment you break. You don't need secret societies to enforce control. All you need is a global feedback loop where everything feeds everything. Tech giants collect your data. Politicians regulate you. Banks monitor you. Ads condition you. Culture gives your prison a language and calls it freedom. That's why you don't rebel. You adapt. Because you believe this is just how it is. Because everyone lives this way. Because when you ask questions, you only get more confused. Don't ask what's happening in the world. Ask who decided it should happen. The world you know isn't a lie. It's just the truth from someone else's point of view. If this video made you think, if it showed you a world you always felt was real but no one ever dared to explain, then you're exactly where you need to be. Fake-off luxury isn't about admiration, it's about revelation. We uncover the systems the elite will never discuss and reveal what luxury really means behind the curtain. If you're ready to see more, subscribe, give it a like, turn on notifications, and stay with us. Because in this world, those who know the rules play a completely different game.